You need a clean room. Today I'm gonna be talking about why you should clean your room. What are their benefits? I'm gonna discuss all of this in this video. So make sure you listen to the end. I'm first gonna start with a quick story of mine, and then I'll get into the reasons and the benefits. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I used to have this dirty room. Or not per se dirty, but very chaotic. It was full of things and it wasn't really managed. So I cleaned my room up every now and then. And I've changed that. I've tried to keep it far more organized because there are benefits to it. And that's what I'm gonna be discussing. So I'm first gonna talk about other people's perception. When people step into your room, they can kind of see your mind because your room most likely shows how your mind is. So if someone has a very straightened out room, then they're most likely someone who has a very organized and structured mind, and they don't like things to be unorganized, chaotic. That bothers them, which means that if you perhaps have a business, that you have a organized business because you have this way of thinking, because the room they are working in is so clean, nicely organized. People will perceive it as your business being clean, well run, organized. But if you have a room or a office which is chaotic and unorganized, people will think you are unorganized within your mind. And your business is unorganized and chaotic. And the second reason this isn't with other people's perception, but with your own mind. Because without realizing, you'll be more chaotic. A chaotic room gives you an environment, a chaotic environment, and the environment breeds the product. So, let's say you have this potato. If you fry it, if you bring it to that kind of environment, you'll get fried potatoes. If you boil it, you get a completely different kind of potato. Based on its environment, the outcome of the product will change. And that's the way you need to look at it with your mind. Maybe you have a very clear mind, you have a very strong mind, but even so, your room will still influence it. It will still dictate the way that your mind is thinking right now, and the way that your mind is behaving, even if you don't notice it. Because I personally didn't notice it. I was just working, it didn't bother me at all. I personally took no note of it. But when you look at it, I noticed I was more chaotic if I looked at the product. So sometimes you can't see it from simply the environment. You see the environment which is chaotic, but you think, oh, it isn't that bad. I feel like I can still work pretty fine and I don't notice it. And then you'll look at the product and you'll see or you'll notice that the product came out different. The product isn't up to the standard you wanted. And you could have achieved if your room was cleaned up and your mind was clear because your room was clear. And that's very, very important. So clean up your room to clean up your mind and cleanse your mind. Trust me on this. So thank you guys for watching. Work hard, stay hard, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.